The Supreme Court meets Andy Warhol, Prince, and a case that could threaten creativity. Oh no. On one side is the dispute is Lynn Goldsmith, famous for photographing rock stars whose works are more than 100 albums. In 1981, Goldsmith was commissioned to shoot a series of photos for Prince for Newsweek. At the time, the Purple Rain rock star was just starting to take off. Goldsmith photographed him in concert, invited him into her studio, gave him purple eyeshadow, lip gloss. She even set her photography umbrellas to create pinpricks of lights of his eyes. The result was an image that she could later say was a portrait of vulnerability. Newsweek didn't use the studio photo, opting instead to use the concert photo, and Goldsmith kept the other photos and files for further publication and licensing. 3 years later, Prince was a superstar, and Vanity Fair magazine commissioned Andy Warhol to make an illustration of Prince for an article it was running. In commissioning the work, the magazine asked Warhol to use a reference point of one of Goldsmith's black and white photos. The magazine paid Goldsmith $400 in licensing fees and promised in writing to use the image only in this one Vanity Fair issue. There is no evidence in the record that Warhol knew about the licensing agreement, but in any event, he went beyond it and created a set of 16 Prince silk screens, which he copyrighted, and one of which Vanity Fair used for the article. The silk screen images have since been sold and reproduced to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars in profits for the Andy Warhol Foundation. Oh no. A nonprofit that was set up after Warhol's death to promote his work in the visual arts. After Prince died, Condé Nast expedited a tribute to the genius of Prince featuring many Prince's photographs, and it paid the Warhol Foundation $10,250 to run Orange Prince on its cover. Goldsmith, of course, only got $400 originally, right? And she eventually sued the foundation, claiming that Warhol had infringed on her copyright and that the foundation owes her potentially millions of dollars in unpaid licensing fees and royalties. I don't think I do not think that the courts will side with her. It's a weird circumstance because she is like the wronged party technically, but also at the same time, what she wants is almost like an NFT. You know what I mean? What she wants is basically to be able to continue making money off of her original work of art, which now has moved beyond what she has done and has turned into something entirely different. Foundation asserted that in Warhol's version, not only did Warhol crop the image and remove Prince's torso, but he resized the image, altered the angle of Prince's face, changed the tones, lighting, and detail, in addition to adding layers of bright and unnatural colors, conspicuous and hand-drawn outlines, inline screens, and stark back shading that exaggerated Prince's features. So here is the original, and this is what Andy Warhol did with it on the right. I think that all art is technically derivative. Andy Warhol's art is a little bit more derivative than others. It's like the bit itself is how derivative it is. You know what I mean? So I don't know. This would be a terrifying copyright precedent to set. I'm from Pittsburgh. How dare you slander? I'm from Pittsburgh, and I will come to LA to confront you on this. This fucker is signing off from a toaster because of my jokes about Pittsburgh yesterday. That's insane. Actually crazy. Yinzer's on that 24-hour mobile delay. You know what I'm saying? See, he can't even respond because he can't hear what I'm saying. He's going to respond tomorrow. He's not going to respond for another 24 hours. He's like, I heard what you had to say. He said, I hear you. Oh no. Pittsburgh is no longer on mobile. Watch out, chat. Anyway, the foundation countered that Warhol not only copyrighted his iconic Prince series, but his treatment was in legal terms transformative because our artistic rendering is very different than Goldsmith's original photo. Yeah. I think you're just literally looking at this and going, well, it's the photographer. But I don't like IP, man. I don't like it at all. I think photographers are going to get mad at me for saying this, but I don't like IP at all, because especially when it comes to art, because art is supposed to be derivative. All art is derivative. I'm a photographer who's had their photos jacked and reposted a lot. I don't give a no, I mean, that's still bullshit. Like, no one should jack your photos and repost it. You should still get paid for your direct work. Are you saying a company should be able to use his work without paying him? No. She deserves something. The law will probably say $400 is all she deserves, which is up and wrong. I am afraid. I am personally afraid of what this could turn into. However, Supreme Court rules this decision will have a rippling practical consequences, so it's no surprise that there are 36 friend of the court briefs that have been filed arguing on one side or the other and representing everyone from the American Association of Publishers and the Motion Picture Association of America to the Library of Futures Institute, Digital Media Licensing Association, Dr. Seuss, and the Recording Industry Association of America, and even the union that represents NPR's reporters, editors, Screen Actors Guild, American Federation of Television and Radio Artists. Wait, which side are they on? Why are they not saying it? The outcome could shift the law to favor more control by the original artist, but by doing that, you could also inhibit artists and other content creators who build on existing work in everything from music and posters to AI creations and documentaries. For example, the Juice WRLD Sting lawsuit was a good case to look at. They decided it wasn't transformative enough, and Juice WRLD had to give like 70% of the money to Sting. I think crediting the original is always adequate. I don't know. I personally think that it is worrisome if you are in the business of making content in any meaningful capacity. I've talked about this already. IP does not foster innovation, but inhibits it.